I think the investment landscape is very broad. In Kenya, for example, we have a lot of DFIs investing, and that means the market is, structured a certain way because of that. We have more DFIs investing than impact investors in terms of the capital that is traditional impact investors, in terms of the capital that's there in the country. So we have to know that to some extent that may, change how the market operates, and we are aware of that. So for us, when you look at DFIs, they do larger ticket sizes, and we as Yunus Social Business prefer to do maybe smaller ticket sizes, which is what the businesses need. Ticket sizes for above 200K to 500. If it's a follow-on loan for a company on our portfolio, we can do up to $1 million. So we are aware that the landscape is this way, and we've tailored our ticket sizes to do that. Second thing we are seeing is, because we work with businesses, we understand where the market is. A lot of the currencies on the continent have significantly devalued against the dollar over the last couple of months. They've had supply chain issues for one reason or another. Ag-focused businesses have had to, suffer the effects of climate action. Now, especially for businesses where your whole working capital cycle is in local currency, foreign capital in foreign currency is a challenge because they are unable to hedge, especially when you're serving customers who are very, very price sensitive. So as YSB, what we've done is we do support our businesses by providing local currency loans if we see that your full working capital cycle is in local currency. So in a sense, we've de-risked that aspect, which is not something a lot of impact investors have done. And our hope is that we can continue to do that, to support the businesses, so that they can have the impact that they would want to have. We are seeing a lot of activity in particular sectors. Some of those sectors are sectors that we are in, and we are beginning to try and understand those sectors. Because we see a lot of activity in financial services, but we don't do financial services because we have preferred to move away from microfinance. Although our chair is the father of microfinance, at YSB, that's not an aspect that we cover. We try and cover now other businesses that are not quote-unquote financial services or in microfinance per se. Unless that business has a very unique touch point with the bottom of the pyramid, then we invest in the business. So we are beginning to also see a lot of investors move from just provision of grants to provision of returnable grants and provision of debt capital, like ourselves. It's something that we've always done. We purely do debt capital. And for us, the big reason for that is we want impact to also be sustainable. And part of that is also challenging the entrepreneur. If you give them money, can you pay it back? Which means they have to really, really think about how they are addressing the problem that they're telling their customers they would like to address. So that's how YSB is positioned. That's what we see in the landscape that we are in. We also see a lot of companies setting up in one particular country and then moving across the region to set up there. For example, Tugende started in Uganda. It's now expanded into Kenya. So that's also why, as an entity, we are now taking a regional approach with regard to our investments, to see can you pick any of these countries, and even as they take advantage of a regional approach because of the various trade agreements that have come into place, can we also take advantage of that as YSB by also taking a regional approach with regard to how we invest and supporting those companies when they expand. We've also seen growing partnerships. We are learning that there are things one impact investor can do better than another. So also partnerships is something we are looking to do a lot more of, in terms of either from a co-investment perspective or even from other aspects of the investment process. Our investors are also becoming more, clear on the impact that they want to see. So at Yunus Social Business, we've actually, in partnership with different organizations, we've developed our own IMM tool that now we roll out to all of the businesses that we invest in, so that we can also be able to give feedback to our investors that this is really where the business was when we started investing in it, and then this is where the business is as we have continued to grow with them. So impact measurement is also becoming a critical component for us. We deliver it not just for our investors, but we also deliver it for our businesses, because it helps them also to understand, are they also having the impact that they are saying that they are having? Even when they go and seek other partners, as they continue to grow, they're actually able to say, this is our impact data. It was actually measured by one of our investors, and that gives them some level of credibility, even as they go for further capital raising processes going forward.